All right, let's now move straight away to Newsweek columnist Marc Schulman, who joins me in studio to round out some other aspects of the conversation around Israeli expansion. Marc, great to have you with us. Now, of course, we are seeing opposition to this unilateral expansion by Israel if they do move ahead with parts of this, at least, on July 1st. What more can you tell us?
Well, there's opposition on multiple levels. There's opposition, foreign opposition in terms of the European Union. There's opposition amongst American Jewry. There's opposition amongst Democrats, and Speaker Nancy Pelosi, presumptive American presidential candidate Joe Biden.
Then I'm going to ask you a different question, because we've seen this done before. Whenever perhaps Israel moves to unilaterally expand its sovereignty, we hear the same kind of, the same kind of players pushing back. What's different this time?
Okay, first of all, we haven't done this in a long time. We've only expanded sovereignty twice. Once in 1967 over Jerusalem, and once in 1981 over the Golan Heights. And the Golan Heights wasn't quite sovereignty, it was extending law, it was a more questionable action. This is the first time we've said we're going to expand sovereignty and annex part of the West Bank, which is a very key part of the question of whether there'll be a two-state solution or not. Many people fear, and some people want, the fact that if we annex this area, it'll be precluding the possibility of a two-state solution, and therefore there's a lot of pushback against that. And again, the idea of doing something unilaterally, the Oslo Accords, which one can say is null and void, but the Oslo Accords very specifically said no one would take unilateral action, that any action that would be taken would come as a result of negotiations.
One of the surprise, we can't really call them opposers of this, but what we are hearing is from AIPAC, a staunch supporter of Israel, telling US lawmakers that they are able to criticize Israel about this. Why are we hearing that?
Well, I think there's two reasons. Number one, the annexation is clearly not in the consensus in Israel. At the moment, 46% are opposed, 26% favor, and the 22% haven't made up their minds. That was as poll 2 nights ago on Channel 12. And in terms of Israelis, only 4% of Israelis think this is an important issue at the moment. But more importantly, AIPAC is living in Washington. AIPAC has an idea, a pretty good idea, that the chances are that come next November, President Trump will not be reelected, that a Democrat will be sitting in the White House, and there might even be a majority in the U.S. Senate that's Democratic. They have to prepare for the day after. And so they can't come all out against the position of the Democratic Party, because then they're undermining their own standing.
But very briefly, should AIPAC be taking a stance on this? Because that's how it seems.
It's not taking a stance. It's basically saying we're not taking a stance. It's actually saying the opposite. It's saying we're not going to criticize you if you criticize. We're giving you a pass here. We're very staunchly don't call for a cutback in aid to Israel, but we're giving you a carte blanche to say criticize it, but not do anything about it.
A bit of saving face then, perhaps.
Very much so.
Marc Schulman, thank you so much.